Hi everyone, in this video we're going to just take a look at a new application that we can use on Hub. Once you've logged into Hub, just scroll down to where you'd normally find Office 365, Google for Education, etc. And there's this application called Adobe Spark. Click on that. Adobe Spark is a great resource for making things like posters or really nice presentations, videos, things like that. What we're going to do today, though, is create a website. To create a website, come up to this oval shape at the top left-hand corner of the screen and click on Create a Project. Choose Web Page, and that takes you to usually a grey square with some words on. This is just the very first thing that visitors will see when they come to your website. Now you can click on Add a Title to give your web page a title, call it whatever you want. I'll call it My First Web Page, and a subtitle. Let's call it Hello World for the moment. Okay. Now it's a bit grey and boring, so we're going to add a photograph to the background. Come to this plus sign at the bottom and click on Photo. You can choose a free photograph here, or you can upload your own. For the moment, I'm going to choose a free photograph. What should we choose? Let's look for beach, picture of a beach. Choose that one. Go. That looks quite nice. We just used somebody else's photograph here. Now, it's really important that when you use other people's work, whether it's photographs or their writing, you have to make sure that you give them credit for it. You have to tell your visitors that it's not your work, that somebody else did it for, that you've borrowed their work. If you look at the bottom of the screen here, there's a little I. Click on that, and it tells you who the photograph is by. It's called Find the Time, and it's by a photographer called Alex Perez. That will show up at the bottom of your web page. It's called credits. It will just let your visitors know it's not your work. Just an important thing to remember there. Okay, and to create your web page, come down to the bottom of the screen. It says scroll to start writing your story. So we scroll to the bottom of the page, and it gives you an option of things to add. You can add photographs or just some text. You can add videos or buttons, and you can add collections of photographs in sort of a photo grid, or you can mix together text and photographs, writing and photographs, writing and images using this split layout option. Let's just add a photograph for now. Click on Photo, and before we used a free photograph, this time I'm going to upload my own photograph. So we click back and upload photos. Choose the photograph I want to add. There we go, and there it is in the middle of the screen. Now I can add a caption from it. This is a photograph I took at different gardens of some original artwork from the book The Tiger Who Came to Tea by Judith Kerr. Okay, so there we go. I've given an explanation what this picture is of, and I've said that it's a photograph that I took because it's one of my pictures. Okay, well, there we go. That looks quite nice. We can preview this so we know what our visitors will see. Got to preview at the top, and they'll get to the website. This is the first thing they'll see, and then if they scroll down, they'll then see the photograph I've just uploaded. Okay, it looks quite nice. Let's close this preview. You can actually change how this photograph appears. If you click on the photograph, it gives you some options. This is called formatting. We can choose what the format of the image is. So at the moment, it's this one called Inline, which is this. Just got the photograph in the middle with some writing underneath. You can change it to full screen. And you can see what happens here is it changes my caption and puts it on top of the photograph. And you can just see through the writing and see the picture underneath. It moves when we move the mouse around. I quite like that. Let's see what the other options are. Click on the picture again. We can make it a window. So that's just a small picture with some writing on top. We can make it full width. So now the photograph takes up our whole screen. And then we've got our caption underneath like that. But I like that first one I did, the full screen, fill screen one. There we go. Let's keep it like that. Okay, so that's my very first photograph, and it's actually given me an idea. I took this photograph back in early March. We went to a National Trust house called Different Gardens, and had this exhibition on. And it's quite nice looking back at my photographs, reminding myself of some of the things I did. So let's actually make this website a bit of a diary. Let's change the title back to the top of the page. Let's rename this web page to a week in the life of ... and then we'll make this subtitle my name, Mr. Craggs. Okay, so now this website is going to become more of a diary, and I'm going to use it to upload photographs and might make little notes to myself and to people who visit the website, so it explains when I took the photograph and why it's important to me. Okay, so I like that one. Let's now add something else. I could just add another photograph, just like I did there, but I want to try a different way of laying things out. Let's use this option at the end called Split Layout. Now here you can add a photograph again, but you can do a bit more writing. So I'm going to do something slightly different here. Click on Add Your Image, and again I'm going to upload one of my own photographs. Upload photo. Choose your photograph, and that goes in there. Now this is just a photograph that I took of, I was playing in the garden with my son, and we were creating, we were just writing some letters on him, seeing if he could recognise the letters. He's only 2, so it's only an easy thing for him to do, but it's got nice memories for me, so I'm going to put this on my website. So we've got the photograph. If we come to this plus sign on the other side, we can now add some text. We can choose what the text is going to look like. And if we choose this one, which is H1, this means what we're writing is a big title, an important title. So let's call this Teaching My Son His ABCs. That's the title of this image. And we can add something else. So let's add another title. So text. H1 means it's a very big title. H2 means it's also a title. It's still big, but it's not as big as that first title. So this is gonna, let's say what it is. It's chalk on flagstones in the back garden. Okay, so that's the title and a subtitle. And now we're just going to do a bit more writing. So text again. I'm going to say, I had a lovely time in the garden this week. Theo and I were practicing our ABCs using chalk on the flagstones. Had a lovely time in the garden this week. Theo and I were practicing our ABCs using chalk on the flagstones. Theo is really enjoying learning the alphabet. His favourite letter is the letter Z! Exclamation mark. There we go. So I've got a little note there to remind myself about the photograph. Let's see if we can add anything else. A bit more text. Yeah, let's do this. We can actually, these little marks here, they're quotation marks. We can use these to change again what the text looks like. So this time I'm going to click that, and I'm going to do a quote from something that my son said. So let's say, B is for banana, he said. There we go. And that's a little quote, so we write underneath, Theo, age 2.5. There we go. There we go. That's so that's our first page. Let's see what it will look like to our visitors. Click on preview. There we go. So they'll get this very first thing on the top. They'll scroll down. They'll get my little picture from Different Gardens. They'll scroll again and they will get this photograph of me teaching my son his ABCs. Okay, so this is just a really, really simple first website. You can add anything you like. Have a play with this. It's a nice way of sharing information, but it's also a really good way of keeping a diary. So if you're taking photographs or drawing some pictures or doing some artwork at the moment, why not put it on a website? Have a play, see what you can do. Ask us questions if there's any problems. You can always ask your teachers. They've been using this new program as well. What you might want to do now is, what are the other things we can do? You could share this with somebody. So if we go up to share, you could invite somebody, so you can put their email address in here and send them a link, and they can view your website. So you could even send it to your parents so they could see it, or send it to your teacher. You can also publish it and share it as a link. So if we click on this option and create a link at the bottom here, and what happens now, if you click on the link, click copy, and we'll create a new tab, put that in, press enter, and there we go. We've actually got our first web page. So this is our website live, and we can share that with anybody who we want to share it with. So with grandparents or with friends. You can share it on Facebook, you can share it on Twitter, that sort of thing as well. So that's a really nice way of sharing some pictures. If you want to change the theme of your picture, come up to the top right hand side here, click themes, and we can change the way it looks, different text, different colours, that sort of thing. There we go, but I liked that first one. I had it on crisp. We'll keep it with that. Okay. So I hope you enjoy this. Have fun with this new app. Create some websites, share them with your teachers, share them with your friends, and see if you can get a nice record of some of the things you've done over the last few weeks.